If a sound going in and out, says Skyper. All right. Yeah, we got. I'm gonna put it out there. We got a brand new.
Yep.
Joey's got brand new technology, a new machine, new super upgrade to his workstation. So Joey says, "Well, I tested it. If anything happens, he'll fix it. But if you hear a big boom in the room, it's because the machine blew up." So I'm just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. It's a monster of a machine.
Yeah,
it looks good. And we got new NVIDIA stuff in there too, don't we?
Yeah, it's a 1080 GTX GeForce.
I don't know what that means.
It's their advanced one for GPU.
And we got it.
We got it.
All right. So, all right. Looks like everybody who's here can hear us, and that's a good thing. I'm waiting for the alert to hit. Once the alert hits, I want everybody to get in the room. Today is Happy Liberation Day, or as I stated in the Jockey Club earlier this morning, Happy Libation Day. Many of you are probably out there drinking anyway. We should have done some day drinking today. I think we should have. The market, the sound goes in and out. All right, I already saw that. All right, so LA Guns, Joey's working on it in the background.
Like I said, just a new machine, so there might be some audio, visual issues. Just let us know in the comment section, so that way Joey can take the appropriate action.
Interesting. Scott says, I don't get it. Why does the market pump ahead of this news? Now, I think that the news, I've been seeing some things in the background about the news, about the flexibility, some possible flexibility when it comes down to tariffs. Number two, I've also seen a lot of folks calling in to make deals so they don't get tariffed. So put those two things together. I think the market sees it as a positive sign. That's to answer your question, Scott. I think there's a lot of things going on in the background that we may or may not know about. But I do know, and I'm sure that you've probably heard, that countries are calling in to try to get ahead of it so that they don't get tariffed. Have you heard that as well?
We'll see at 4 o'clock.
That's not what I asked you. Have you heard that?
I haven't heard that per se.
Okay, that was the question.
Yeah, I've seen some news stories. Obviously, countries are trying to get ahead of the curve,
right?
On the administration's, the right side of the administration and the policies going forward. But we will see. My only fear is inflation has been ticking up for months now. So with this tariffs, I obviously haven't read all the documents, and it's consistently changing. But if it puts any more pressure on inflation, that's not going to be good for the market.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Especially, I said it earlier this week, the CPI data comes out next week. If we get a reading 3% or higher, I definitely see some ammunition for the bears.
I'm curious to know, have we had enough data to really push CPI higher yet with the tariffs? Because the tariffs were talked about, they're not fully implemented. Today is supposed to be that day. But if we're watching inflation tick up higher, has the tariffs really affected inflation yet?
And that would be in the month of March, because the report coming out for April will be March's CPI.
Okay, so we'll see.
So I don't think the tariffs are really going to reflect too much into this CPI report.
Okay.
But definitely in the following months, I see it becoming more important.
In the next couple of quarters, big time.
But this report is already, the inflationary pressures
is already there.
That are already there. And, with the uncertainties of the tariffs, obviously that's what the market is scared about right now. So,
and it creates uncertainty. The new word in the market.
Uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
And if we get a CPI report that ticked up, or ticks up next week to 3% or higher, and with the tariffs now taking effect, that's not very, that's
something,
a bad thing, very bad thing.
I'm going to make one comment, damn it, and it's going to be political. Jersey guy, tariffs are a tax.
You get political? No way.
Tariff on are a tax on the consumers.
In ways, yes, and in also ways, no.
I'm with the also ways no, because what will it do? It will cause you, and I've got 3 stocks that I'm looking at for domestic purposes. It will cause you to buy more American goods, Jersey guy. That's all I'm going to add to that. And there's a lot of things that we've got to buy that will be affected by the tariffs, and prices will go up. But I also think that when you look at the tariffs and what they're designed to do, I think long term we should be okay. All right, and there we go. That's what I'm going to say in regards to that. And I know that may not sit well with everybody. I'm okay with that. I think that I respect everybody's opinions in here. So does Ryan. But everybody, what? What do you say?
No, nothing. I'm just focused on Hunter's comment there. Very good question. How are we feeling about interest rates? Me personally, if inflation's already ticking up, if the tariffs do put inflation pressures on, I don't see an interest rate cut unless the tariffs do affect earnings and growth and slow down the general market. The only way I see interest rate cuts, honestly, is unemployment going up.
Yep. That is the missing piece right now in the puzzle.
Exactly.
In regards to what the Fed needs to do to continue down the path he is with the cuts or raising, it's the employment number.
Because if inflation ticks up and unemployment stays the same or even goes down, I don't see an interest rate cut in the near term.
Now,
I
Jersey,
don't see the need for it.
Jersey, watch the reaction to the tariffs by the market. What is going to happen, and you back me up on this, there's going to be an initial reaction. And guess what? It's not going to happen until tomorrow because the market's going to be closed when the report comes out, right? So there's going to be an initial reaction. And then there will be a smart money reaction, the big money. There's going to be a big money reaction in regards to it. That's the reaction that I'm looking for. The people who is managing so much money, what they think.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. All right, did I clear it? I hope I did. I think I might have. All right, let's go. Let's go get into, Joey, can you take us? Oh, you're already in the first screen. We can see this morning in the Jockey Club, we had 3 red lights along with the primary wave down. The market has rebounded, not blockbuster to the upside, but the market has rebounded. The morning, we took a big dive down, and now we've rebounded a little bit going into the report, which is going to happen at 4 p.m. What do you think is going to happen about Tesla? Sanpra, I need you to go watch last night's video. Last night's video was all about, does Tesla have the chops to come back and rebound? Check out last night's video. All right? So, anything you want to add to the homepage?
Now, as far as the homepage, and if you look at the top RT industries, because we were talking about smart money.
Right.
I mean, it tells you it's foreign entities, a lot of commodity-based items, utility in there. Other than that, the only real industries that kind of on the safe side right now: food, healthcare, insurance. I've been talking about insurance for months now. So I see that RT industry list there as defensive. That tells me the market's getting defensive, or it has been defensive. What do you think?
I think that the market is moving to the stuff that is more domestic related. That's what I think is going on. And Jersey guy, what does VectorVest say about the response?
You say domestic, but I see a lot of foreign entities on that.
But even those, if you go to the homepage, even those, let's go look at what's going up. No, that's not foreign. That's foreign a little bit. All right, in regards to how much is moving up, it's pretty flat. What else is foreign? Pretty flat. All right, I remember pretty flat. All right, I remember when these, like a week ago, were going up nicely.
Yeah.
So from a defensive perspective, money's going where people feel more comfortable, but even for the foreign stuff that was rocking, it's slowing down.
Yeah.
All right, it's slowing down. Just like mining. It's not up at the top anymore. Mining's not at the top anymore, but if you go to, what is the other way of going? The commodities futures, that's up at least 0.2%. That's going to look at gold, it's going to look at mining, it's going to look at steel, it's going to look at wood, all of those things. That's what's moving. So Jersey guy, what does VectorVest say in regards to the response tonight? I got nothing. I got nothing that says what the markets are going to do going into the announcement. But I can tell you right now, if I'm trading the chart, the VectorVest composite is bouncing off a level of support, going up for 3 days in a row, going up today with very little wick at the top of the candle. People are feeling a little bit more bullish going into the announcement, and I think some of that still stems from possibly the flexibility that may be applied to the tariffs and people trying to get out of that tariff range by trying to make deals with our government. And that is still ongoing, and it will be up until probably 3:59 this afternoon before the tariff news comes out. So that's what I see going on. You know, we can't prognosticate what's going to go on. All right. Blair says, sounds like I'm bullish. I'm trading the chart. The market's moving up. Anything can happen after the tariff news comes out tonight. Anything can happen.
It just depends what's said in the conference, you know.
How it's said and what countries may be somewhat alleviated by whatever deals could be made with the U.S.
I've seen a lot of news about India trying to alleviate some of those tariff concerns as well coming out.
China
today.
ain't going to try. China's just like...
Well, I did see a comment or a comment just a little bit ago that's talking about, you know, we're talking about, you know, the, Trump and the administration, but what about how the world responds to this? You know, how does Europe respond? How does China respond?
They're going to be pissed off, especially if we put in tariffs on them.
They're going to
be pissed off.
But what measures are they going to take?
They're going to come back with retaliatory tariffs.
Bill says an upper wick growing now. Bill, I'm not surprised. And me personally, I think that upper wick is probably going to grow even more as we get closer to 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Just personal opinion.
Market is coming down as we speak. It's me. I'm pulling the market down.
Yep.
It is me.
Yeah,
it's me. Let's go put this on to intraday, 1 minute bars, current day. There we go. As we started talking, what was the time? Since 1 o'clock. Yeah. It's been pulling back. Broke through the levels. This is intraday real-time graph. Intraday real-time graph. So we'll see. We are getting closer to the 4 o'clock hour, right? We are, what, an hour and 45 minutes away?
I wouldn't be surprised if the market sold off going into, who knows how much it'll sell off, but I do see that upper wick staying going into the close.
And just to talk about the upper wick, there it is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I am still tracking the trend. We'll see. And I'm going to take what the market gives me. That's the way I'm going to go. All right, Glenn, are you still bullish on gold? I still own gold. I have Orla. I still am trading Orla. You have any gold at all?
I don't have any gold stocks.
Right. I'm still holding Orla. Are we live, family? Harry, why you bugging? Harry, we are live. We are live. All right, so this is what's going on in the market right now. As you saw, real time, the market's pulling back a little bit. We're about an hour and 45 minutes away, and we'll move into the news. Let's go see what's moving the market. So big news, nobody's talking about it. I did in Jockey Club this morning. ADP, big bump on jobs. Big bump on jobs. People are hiring. All right, it was, the last reading was at 84K. The forecasted reading was at 118K, and it came in a lot higher than that. Okay. So people are hiring, even with the uncertainty spawned by the tariffs. Interesting, right? All right, we're gonna get right into the stories. Ryan's first story.
Yeah, especially I know a lot of people like TSM, Taiwan Semi, NVIDIA, AMD. I've said it before. One of the biggest concerns of holding one of these stocks is Taiwan and the geopolitical tension surrounding the island of Taiwan. You can see right here, U.S. reaffirms commitment to Taiwan as Beijing conducts live fire drills in the East China Sea. That's right. They're creating more of a menace. They're doing more, active drilled invasion drills of Taiwan. I know a lot of the talks are talking about, potentially invading by 2026, 2027, near future. But that being said, this does play a role with semiconductors, AI, all of that stuff, because of Taiwan Semiconductor being based out of Taiwan. 90% plus, probably a little bit more than 90% of advanced AI chips coming out of that region, right? So definitely keep your eyes, I wouldn't want anything to escalate here, but this could dramatically affect the economy, much more than tariffs if Taiwan gets invaded by China, in my opinion. Because every industry needs their chips across the board. So we shall see. Hopefully nothing will occur here.
All I got to say to China,
Marine.
Fool around, find out. That's all I got to say around it. And that's not the right words, but fool around, find out. Go ahead. You may have all the boats that you have and all of this blah, 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 blah. Fool around, Find out.
Ross says defend. Bring it.
That's right.
Yeah, if that happens, Ross, defense stocks will probably do pretty well.
I got a story about that as well. Ross, I'm big on defense stocks. I think that the defense is going to be a big mover. A lot of people are getting into the space.
Joe, I've talked about this. Yeah, Taiwan Semi, especially since COVID under both administrations, Biden and Trump, there's been a huge push getting these advanced, fabs stateside. Arizona being the biggest one, right? That being said, as we bring these fabs stateside,
we got a vested interest in Taiwan even more.
Well, we have less invested interest.
If they bring it to the...
Think about it, if we bring all the manufacturing stateside and Taiwan gets invaded, does it look quite as important as it did as they were producing all of our chips? So that's, me personally, I think China might be waiting
Taiwan,
for that.
Even though it's the fab here, it's still Taiwan producing it here, right? We don't want to...
Right now, TSM is building the fabs, so we can produce the chips here.
So fine. But with that, it's still Taiwan Semi.
Well, yeah.
I still think that with them investing in us ties us closer to making sure that we protect them.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, they what? It was $100 billion.
Talked about.
Taiwan
That's another
has the
thing.
brains to make it work.
A lot of people keep saying, well, there's all this money coming in. It's talked about coming in.
Correct.
All right. They got to talk.
But TSM, I have a feeling their money's going to make it over here because they want that partnership with the United States.
And with that partnership, I think
they get their protection.
China's got to think a little more about going after Taiwan, because now you go after Taiwan, we got an investment from them. We're investing in them.
Well, not only that, but we need them to make all our advanced AI chips.
So then we have a vested interest. Now you're going to come and attack us.
iPhones are important, but ICBM missile defense systems, a little bit more important.
I agree.
Who makes those type of chips? TSM.
Okay. So that's that story. Let's go to the next one. You're talking about defense. You're talking about defense. BrainChip, a private company, partners with Raytheon for AFRL radar. I don't know what that is, but I do know that this is a naval contract. And think about this. The FAXX project is out for bid, right? Who's going to produce the next naval plane? I'm thinking that this is huge technology for the next gen naval plane. So RTX, still looking at DFEN, still looking at Lockheed Martin. I think, man, we're on the precipice. Woo. We're on the precipice of these stocks exploding in a big way.
I can see that.
More and more contracts are going to come their way. More and more AI companies are getting on board with the defense companies.
And we're seeing defense spending, not just here in the U.S., but
even
all across the world.
Especially in Europe right now.
With Trump's push on NATO, U.S. being one nation, but now you've got 16 nations all increasing, or for the most part, increasing military spending. It's going to affect all these companies.
China, fool around and find out. Woo! Send me in, coach. Put me back in. I may be old, I'm still a Marine. Put me in. Woo! Go ahead. I'll come up to and fool around, find out. All right, next story. 6G. I haven't heard about 6G. Of course, after 5G, but 6G. Go ahead. So
6G, I came across this article this morning. Actually, tonight, 6 p.m. video.
Okay.
Is going to be on 6G telecommunication stocks. But this I found very interesting because we always talk about the energy demand needed for AI,
I did a video on
autonomous driving, robotics, things of that nature. But the network has to get more powerful. We can have all the energy, but if we can't transfer enough data, being the network, the Wi-Fi network, it doesn't really matter, right? So 6G, after doing some research, it's coming out about 2029, 2030 is when it's expected.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, not that far.
I said that to be sarcastic.
Well, I mean, it's really not that far. It's probably closer to quantum computing.
You got a point there. That's true.
But seriously, look, 100 times faster, right? And we can see it right here, autonomous vehicles, drones, but not only consumer applications, but defense applications.
Ta-da, back to defense again.
It's all coming defense, but when you think about obviously you got robots, but I've seen videos now of unmanned naval ships,
Okay.
like patrol vessels and stuff, and they're going to need the 6G technology. So tonight's video, in this article, they mentioned Shell and Microsoft. So I put those in the list today for the watch list. But tonight's video, I've got 8 stocks. Some of these stocks, not the best, but there's actually about 2 or 3 stocks you definitely want to check out the video for, because there's some potential between those names right there. But yeah, as far as 6G, I didn't really think it was, that close to coming to fruition. But yeah, it's only a few years out right now.
I think quantum's going to come out faster than 6G.
You think quantum's, get out of here, Glenn.
Next story. Accenture and Schaefer pave the way for industrial humanoid robots. Ooh. That's a big Tesla thing. That's an NVIDIA thing with NVIDIA and Microsoft technology. So I've got Accenture, NVIDIA, and Microsoft in here. The companies show how optimize various work scenarios from human-centric to human/robot. Interesting, I like the concept of human/robot collaboration, because a lot of people think that robots are going to take the jobs of humans, which, I think that it will. But a collaboration between the two together and full automation, AI and data technologies from NVIDIA and Microsoft are also included in this. What have I said in the past? Everybody and their mama want to get down with NVIDIA. Everybody. NVIDIA may be taking a hit, AI may be taking a hit, tech stocks may be taking a hit. I still think that NVIDIA is the powerhouse stock in the market. And I still think that it will be the first $4 trillion valuation company in the database. I still think that. Now, you're putting that up against Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft is in the story too. Those are the 3 companies that have $3 trillion in market cap. I think NVIDIA is poised to be the first one with $4 trillion. That guy, what do you think about CoreWeave? I got a story in here as well. Glenn and Ryan robots, no way. Imagine could be up here and be like, hi, my name is Glenn Tompkins. Welcome to AMA, and we are here to talk about the market. This is my friend.
You sound like a cheap AI, Chinese AI model.
This is my friend, Ryan Shook. Ha ha, so. All right,
I'm glad I got the real Glenn here.
All right, so NVIDIA can be affected by this, Microsoft, and of course, Accenture. But the company, Schaeffler, is not publicly traded.
John called it.
That's Temu Glenn talking.
That's the Temu Glenn.
I've never ordered anything from Temu. Go ahead.
I downloaded Temu once, and it was a nightmare. You gotta spin the wheel. I thought I was gonna get all this stuff for a couple dollars. And I hit the checkout button. It was like $200.
Yeah,
deleted the app. And
Janet orders from Shein, but I don't order from neither one of those.
I don't do that either. But yeah, so this is a story I thought was interesting and actually could bring some breath and life back into crypto, which we know has been a little bit under pressure here. Stablecoin issuer Circle files for IPO as public market opens to crypto. Now, Glenn, I informed this to Glenn before. USDC is one of, if not the most.
I want to see you explain this to them.
The largest stable coin out there, right?
Okay, and what does it do?
So stable coin is pegged to the dollar, so it's not to make money.
Okay.
And Glenn was
so
like,
it's not to make money.
Glenn goes, well, what's the point in
exactly.
that?
So explain it. So it's not to make money.
If you are more in the decentralized world,
I need some popcorn. I want
not on just Robinhood or the beginner level of Coinbase, but if you're on decentralized, it takes money and fees to take your assets off the exchanges or off the decentralized exchange, right? So a stable coin essentially is like going to cash. So say I sell some Bitcoin or sell some Ethereum, or I want to go into cash because crypto is becoming more bearish. Well, you do that through a stable coin, USDC. You don't do it in regular dollars.
So do I put that? Do I go get that and still hold what I hold?
Yeah. So if you have your account and you sell
some, is it like a hedge?
It's not a hedge. It's just like in the stock world,
right?
It's like just going to cash. Like cash is a position,
right?
So if you have some stable coin in your portfolio, it's the same thing. It's just like having cash.
So what are the two? What if my other crypto I hold? What do I do with it while I put?
Well, it's up to you. I mean, it's just like you do with your stock portfolio. What do you do with your other stocks when you sell some of them? It's up to you.
but I didn't sell them. I'm holding. So do I get rid of that and get the stable coin? See, I'm not getting this. I can't wrap my...
A stable coin, it's just like holding a dollar,
Okay.
but in the decentralized world. That's all it is. It's a digital dollar.
But it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down.
Nope, it just stays with the dollar.
Okay. Does everybody get that? Or am I the only one that's having a hard time wrapping my head around the stable coin thing?
So on a lot of these, like if you're on Uniswap or PancakeSwap, and I know you probably have no clue what I'm talking about, but if you're in the decentralized world,
Okay.
to take your assets and put them into cash, you can get fees, right? So if you want to get to cash without paying certain fees, you can just, transfer them to stable coins, and they just, are pegged to the dollar. I know, it's way over here.
I'm just curious, am I the only one that's confused? Because if I am, let me know.
Like if you are only trading crypto on Robinhood or Coinbase, very basic things where you can get the cash back and forth, you probably don't need to mess with stable coins. It'll be a waste of your time. Okay. But if you are on decentralized networks, stable coins, USDC being one of the largest, that is how you essentially go to cash.
So when I'm on pancakes and
Uniswap.
biscuits.
Stop it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just curious. What did you say those swaps were? Those pancakes.
It's called PancakeSwap.
Pound cakes.
And they have a coin too. I'm gonna gift you a couple pancake coins, bud.
Wow. All right. I just had a hard time. I just had a hard time wrapping my head around the stable coin because we were talking about it and I was like, it doesn't make you money.
It's just supposed to represent the dollar.
Okay.
That's all it does. And ironically, one of the other things I found out about 2 weeks ago is now they have gold-backed crypto.
Okay.
So actually is linked to gold. They actually have gold as the underlying asset, and you can just buy it and transfer it a lot more quickly than you could in most gold entities.
Interesting.
Crypto, it's expanding to all different kinds of things.
All right, the next few stories are mine.
Donald says, Glenn, sell your Bitcoin and put it in the stable coin. It'll do nothing.
Right, I don't want to do that.
So for anyone out there, if anyone tells you to buy USDC, it's a joke, and please don't do it. Because if you're not going to, actually, it might be better than buying crypto at certain points, but it's not going to do anything.
All right, the next few stories are mine. I did find a lot of stories today. This is EV charging firm teams up to launch Europe's largest network. Now, these weren't companies that we could trade, right? 4 of Europe's biggest electric vehicle charging firms said Wednesday they were teaming up to create the largest public charging network on the continent. Where is it? There it is. It will comprise 11,000 charging points, 1,700 charging stations across 25 European countries. That is more stations than main rival Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! All right, so I just wanted to bring that story out. I couldn't trade any of these stocks at all. All right, next one. CoreWeave. Somebody wanted to know about CoreWeave. CoreWeave stock rips higher after muted IPO. There's a statement in here, sigh, is enjoying a rip your face off rally. That's a heck of a rally.
That's a very catchy name.
Your face off rally.
We might have to steal that for a thumb for a video.
Wow. All right, so I'm going to take a look at that. Shares of the AI cloud play spiked 41% Tuesday and popped 11% early Wednesday. I'm feeling a little froggy. I know that NVIDIA's got a big stake in CoreWeave. I might actually take a little bit of that. I know we just started tracking it. It's brand new. I'm interested. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. All right, next one, Meta.
I saw the story.
Remember when you did your story on your short on YouTube and it went crazy on the UFC?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just interested. Meta signs on to be the UFC's first fan technology partner. All right.
He took a hard right over the last few months. That's all I'm going to say about Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg is going where the money is.
But you know what I'm more upset about? When I first took this job, do you remember what my first video was ever?
What?
The 6 p.m. video?
What?
The first 6 p.m. video ever was Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg. Remember the rumors came out when they were supposed to hop in the ring? They were going to box?
Yeah.
Now, that's what I wanted to hear, not this stupid dude. I want to see those two get in the ring. Maybe this will push that in the right direction.
Look at this. UFC will use Meta products like its AI glasses and MetaQuest headset for future promotions at martial art league.
I mean, it's huge for UFC.
I think it's huge for the both of them.
I think
Meta's going to sell more product.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good for Meta, but I think this is a much bigger deal for UFC. I mean, think about how much exposure Facebook gives them worldwide. Like,
how many people does Facebook interact with? A lot.
Billions.
A lot.
Like, pretty much just about every person on the planet. As long as you get, within walking distance to Wi-Fi, you probably got a Facebook account. Let's be honest.
This is going to be very interesting. I wanted to put that story out. Next one, Tesla's deliveries report is called a disaster by Wedbush as sell-side confidence fades. And last one, this is a big story. I want you to see this. Chinese tech giants scamper to order $16 billion in NVIDIA AI chips. Are they still allowed to sell to China? Wasn't there something that said that they could not do this?
They could only sell the lower grade ones.
All right, and the story talks about it in the H200.
I forget exactly where they're cut off, but I don't think they're allowed to get the H2, are they?
The H20 is permitted for sale in China, but other more powerful chips are banned from sale in the Asian country due to U.S. export restrictions. $16 billion worth of stuff. NVIDIA's probably like, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, but it will be the lower grade stuff.
So it looks like they're cutting them off starting with Blackwells. You see? Yeah, that's what I thought. So they can't get the Blackwell chips.
Are slower in performance than NVIDIA's new Blackwell chips. Like you said, they can't get those, which the company sells in most markets outside of China. However, NVIDIA recently upgraded the H20 by combining it with the same powerful HBM chips it uses for the Blackwell system, the report added, citing the people with the knowledge of the order. $16 billion. They're trying to get all this stuff in before the tariffs hit.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, and Johnny, I didn't ignore you, but yes, it's like going to cash in the crypto world. You really only use it if you're on the decentralized to prevent paying certain fees.
Or to hide for the police.
Yeah, hide from the IRS.
Or to go buy drugs and guns. Okay, I'm just saying. That's what I got.
Drugs and guns. Hey. No.
All right, let's get back into the software. These were the stories. Where am I? Oh, I was there. Oh, shucks. I'm still there. All right, let's get into the stories. Oh, we got into the stories. Let's go look at the stocks. All right, market indices. Everything is up. Everything is up.
And the VIX.
The VIX is up. Normally that doesn't happen. That's kind of weird that the market is up and volatility is increasing.
The S&P is rather flat, so I could see the VIX up slightly.
No, the Dow is flat. Everything.
No, the SPY, yeah, it's up. It's pretty flat.
It's about 2/10.
Yeah.
It's the Dow that I think is more flat. But now, listen, nothing is going up gangbusters going into, except for the Russell. People are thinking about the low dollar stocks. And with that being said, I think that gives more of a bullish feel going into the announcement. People are willing to buy the riskier stocks, and that's the biggest mover of the day. People are willing to buy the riskier stocks. Is it smart, or will they get burnt?
I like the idea of a credit spread going in. If I'm going to do a short-term trade off this volatility and the tariffs, I do a credit spread just because most options you're looking at right now, you probably collect a little more premium.
Because the volatility is higher.
Because the volatility is higher. And the spread, gives you some wiggle room there, right? Now, there's obviously different types of spreads, so it really just depends, if you're more bullish or bearish on the manner. But generally speaking, I think a spread would be a good play right now.
ABB says 30 stocks to review. Hell no, we got 50 likes. Looks like you're only getting about 5 stocks. That's what it looks like. You want 30 stocks? Give me some more likes. All right, we know how this works. For every 10 likes, you get a stock. We got 50 likes. You get 5 stocks. I'm not even giving 10 today.
Chris,
I'm giving what you give back to us. Go ahead.
I like Chris's comment here. Isn't there a lot of gold stocks in the Russell? I don't know. Do you know if there's a lot of gold stocks in the Russell?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The Russell poses a lot of companies. I don't think. I feel like even if there were, that gold would have to move pretty much to move the entire index.
Just think about it. Gold. I don't know how much. There's probably some gold in the S&P. Probably nothing in the Dow. You might be right that many of them might be in the Russell. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this real quick. Give me a gold stock. Anyone, give me a gold
GLD.
stock. GLD. You want to find out? Let's go find out what exchange is it in. GLD is in the New York Stock Exchange.
Yes.
O is over-the-counter NASDAQ. It's in the New York Stock Exchange. I'm wondering if that's the case or not. That's an ETF, he says. Okay, you're right. Give me another stock. Give me
and GOLD. That's Barrick's Gold.
Say again?
GOLD, Barrick's Gold.
GOLD. All right, that's a company. Let's go see what exchange it's in. In the New York Stock Exchange. Still in the New York Stock Exchange. I think, I'd have to look, but I'm thinking New York Stock Exchange. I'm thinking maybe the Russell. All right, maybe the Russell. Let's go through these real quick. Glenn's picks. Let's go Glenn's picks last week.
Good picks?
No, I don't think they worked.
I don't think much worked.
Well, I'm with you. I don't think much worked over the week. NVIDIA, my banking company, LYG, Defend, General Motors, Defense, Palantir, Intel, Boeing. With that contract is what? Between Northrop Grumman, I think it's between Northrop Grumman and Boeing for the new FAXX next generation naval plane. So those were the stories.
John says, wow, those are poopy stocks.
Way to go, John. Let's go find out. John may not be wrong. 3.67% down, more than the market.
Well, John, I don't think my stocks are any better, bud.
But look, Northrop Grumman was the only one that went up in almost 1%. All right, the biggest loser, Intel, Palantir, I still own, were the big movers to the downside. All right, I'll come back to my stocks in a minute. Let's go look at Ryan's picks last week.
GameStop.
Yeah, he got GameStop.
Well, I did put the story.
No, I'm not trying to hear it.
I didn't buy GameStop.
I'm not trying to hear it. You should have said I'm short on GameStop. You should have said that last week. You didn't.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay. Because you were like big on GameStop, like it was going to go gangbusters. You're probably wrong. TSM, good pick. AMD, Flowtech, Baker Hughes, hell no. And more than hell no. Both of those, no. We'll see what they did. All right, let's go. Let's go back. We should have done some day drinking today. This would have been a lot more fun. We should have.
It usually makes the day a lot more fun.
It would have made the day a lot more fun. Today should have been happy libation day.
Should we ask for permission or for forgiveness on this one?
Oh, that would have been for forgiveness. That would have been straight. That would have been straight forgiveness. Linda Royer would have been like, "So Glenn, I heard you and Ryan were drinking." I'd be like, "Well, Linda, it wasn't," and I'd be all drunk. That would be bad. That would be bad.
An Irish lunch, Ross.
There we go. Quick test. Dang! Almost 5% down.
Yeah, GameStop.
What was your biggest loser?
20%.
Was it them? You know something? I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna do you a solid.
You don't have to do me a solid.
No, I'm gonna do you a solid because I like you. Let's take GameStop out. Only down almost 2.5. There you go. All right, so I'll give you that. I don't think either one of us would have held GameStop. It was a story.
Yeah.
So all right, then the big losers still become the tech stocks.
Well, MicroStrategy was part of that story, anyways.
Okay. But I'm leaving that one.
Yeah, what I don't like is Michael Saylor and GameStop now being
buddies.
Well, not buddies, but the poster childs of Bitcoin. That's not who I want to represent us.
Especially strategy, but they've just been buying nothing but let Bitcoin go into a deep winter. Strategy goes out of business.
That's what I said. I said the next crypto winter, which could be on the horizon, depending on price action. But the derivative market, that's going to be an issue. That's going to obviously put negative condemnation on Bitcoin. And then once that derivative market, pretty much goes up in smoke, that's going to be the last great entry of Bitcoin. That's just my prediction. If Bitcoin thrives. But I don't see Bitcoin really going away.
Bitcoin. Fool around and find out.
Fool around.
That's all I got to say about Bitcoin. All right, here's your picks for this week.
Yeah, I got NVIDIA, Taiwan Semi, and AMD. That has to do with the Taiwan story because obviously those are three very important companies that can get caught up in that geopolitical
AI is
issue.
still big news.
Yeah, big news. I got Microsoft and Shell. That's going to be with the 6G rollout and how different companies benefiting from that. Because we've said, obviously energy demand, but network demand as well. And then I've got Bitcoin and Ethereum with the USDC IPO, which that should be a pretty interesting IPO.
Okay. Let's go look at my picks for this week. I see the comment up there about Pecan Prize. Why would anyone buy inferior products just because they're in the U.S.? Companies like Ford and GM largely build awful products compared to autos from Japan. I think, and I'm just speaking as probably a smug American, I think that the vehicle quality has gone up a lot in the U.S. Are they still on the same level as Toyota or Honda? Maybe not, but I think that we've started to build much better vehicles over time. That's all I got to say about that, Pecan.
And honestly, I think the comment, addresses the question, but the real answer to the question is, but the whole reason why we're doing this in the first place is to protect manufacturing for national security purposes here in the United States. That's what it's about, not if Toyota makes a better car than Ford.
But I'm going to take Pecan's side for a second there is, would you want to spend the money to go and buy a better quality car? Do you know if you look out on the roads?
I sold my BMW for a Jeep. I'll put it like that.
But if you look out on the road, two of the most widely found cars on the road are still going to be Toyota and Honda, or German cars like your BMW or like my Volkswagen. All right, and they're still out there and they're still running.
And I'm still fine with those cars because guess what? Those are manufacturing capacities of American allies, Europe, Japan.
I agree.
So again, you just got to understand what is the bigger picture, and the real reason behind a lot of this is national security reasons, manufacturing, protecting certain industries, semiconductors being one. So,
right.
The quality of a Buick has went up. They used to be garbage.
I'm not buying it. I don't think I've ever owned a Buick.
Hey, that 4Runner though, that might just be the greatest car ever made.
Toyota?
The Toyota 4Runner? Man, that thing
Listen, there's no joke. We were in
the Toyota 4Runner's no joke.
When we were in Hawaii, we had Toro, so we rented other people's cars. Every Toro we rented was a Toyota 4Runner.
Well, you're in Hawaii. You're pretty close to Japan there. So I'm not surprised.
Every car we had, and it was a freaking good car.
Honda sucks, cheaply made now since more of them are made here.
I don't, Christopher, I can't co-sign that. I can't co-sign that. All right. I got a lot of stocks. There's 3 stocks that were not in a story that are domestic stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on.
Nucor?
Nucor is one of them. One Oak and Weyerhaeuser. Weyerhaeuser is a REIT. Nucor is a steel stock. OKE is a natural gas play. Yes, there was a story that I found on investing.com, but I couldn't find the story again. These are 3 stocks that, again, weren't in the story, but I want you to keep your eyes on what?
John's comment.
Eat today. Eat. Today is an eat the. Oh, my God. Really? Wow.
I like how he read right into that, too. Where you're just.
Sorry. I'm putting you in timeout.
You put it right on the hook, John.
I am so putting you on in timeout. All right, so these are 3 domestic stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on. All right, NVIDIA and the Meta story, CoreWeave. I'm thinking about it. I might actually put CoreWeave in my
Ooh, that's daring.
That is very daring. I ain't gonna lie. RTX, I like. Nucor, I like Nucor. If the tariffs on steel come to fruition, Nucor may be a big beneficiary of that. Tesla, I want to. This is the only graph I really want to show out of my stocks.
And Akshaya says, is Tesla a good buy considering he has gone from Doge? And I've been wondering about that.
Well, the thing is, he was only supposed to be in there for a few months, and then he was going to leave. He was not supposed to be there for 4 years. He made that clear.
Yeah.
And if he's leaving,
And I like that because a lot of people think, hey, he's kind of dropped the ball on Tesla to focus on Doge.
And that was in last night's video.
Now, if the headlines come out saying, hey, Elon's coming back, whether you like Elon
Tesla
or not,
will turn around and be like,
that's going to push the stock price higher.
I agree. So, again, if you watch last night's video, part of what's going on with Tesla is brand.
I didn't watch it. It was a good video.
Is brand. And Tesla made it known from the beginning he was not going to be there for the full run of this presidency. Mm-hmm. No matter what nobody out there thinks about, well, he's doing it. Hush. He's finding money that's being wrongly spent. Whether you agree with that or not, I'm okay. All right? And he's going to leave. And then he can put more emphasis back into that company. This is the only graph I want to show. View the stock graph.
John, stop.
I'm not looking at anything more that John says. What do you know I'm going to talk about? Trade the chart, not your heart.
Look at that. Nice retest on that trend line again today. If you just extend it out, look at that full body candlestick coming off of it.
And I'm waiting for it. That's the 50-day. I'm waiting for it. I still think that it's hard to bet against Tesla or Elon long term.
Hey, if you bought the dip on Tesla and it stays above that little trend line, why overthink it?
Trade the trend.
You know, ride it out as long as it stays above that trend line. If you hit your profit objective, take some profits off the table. If it breaks the trend line, hey, move on to a different stock.
He is fired because $22 million in election. What? I didn't get that. Wisconsin election failed. Let's call it what it is. Yeah, I'm not calling it that. I'm not calling it that. He already made it known that he was leaving, that Doge was not going to be there for the longevity of the 4 years, Akshaya. I know you bring your own perspective, but what you're saying right there ain't got nothing to do with why he's gone. That's all I got to say. All right, that's my opinion. How about that? That's my opinion, and we can differ. But this, I'm looking at Tesla. Let's go put this on a 3-month.
Well, I do like the volume picking up on this dip too, and the rally.
There's commitment to the move.
I do like that.
There is
still overvalued. I'm not going to change the perspective of, hey, they've got to get these taxis out. They've got to get these humanoid robots.
And it took a long time for the stupid, ugly
look
truck
at that
to come
valuation, out. Flat as could be. No, not even a little bit of a bump in valuation. And it's just, it's very lackluster.
So you know what I'm going to do instead of I'm going to get into Tesla, but I'm going to buy the TSLL. I want the cheaper version of it. All right, I'm going to bring up your. Did we look at your stocks? Did you want to look at any graphs on your stocks?
What do I got here?
So that was the only graph I wanted to look at was the Tesla graph. A lot of people are asking, so what should you do with Tesla? The last part of my video last night that it was tough to bet against Tesla, number one. Number two, that it's more than just an EV company. Tesla is more than just an EV company. So we'll see.
TSM, it's looking pretty attractive as far as a bottom fishing opportunity. But look at this, broke the downward trend line. Nice kind of retest on it, kind of diverging away from that trend line now. TSM, obviously I'd wait for the market, but TSM, as far as a major AI play, that might not be a bad bottom to start considering.
I don't like, there's only one thing I don't like is that it's below the 50-day. I know you took it, leave it off.
Yeah, AMD retested the top of that channel. It's still above the still above 100 marks. I'm not too concerned. Microsoft, I haven't been a big fan of Microsoft. Shell,
right at resistance and pulled back.
Look at this, value starting to tick up quite a bit. Price actually, I could get behind Shell right now.
Okay.
Right at that level of resistance. Yeah, I'd wait for a nice breakout there. Bitcoin.
Why are you even looking at the graph?
Well, I don't like the retest.
Okay, why are you even looking at anything that's dealing with Bitcoin? I'm just saying.
Ethereum, no. Still can't get behind Ethereum. Look at that, just a nice, strong downward trend. All right, I'm not buying any of these today.
All right, let's go look at their stocks first. Customer picks. Where is it? Customer picks this week. Ah, dang, I didn't reset. All right, let's take that out. Sigh. Oh, I should have tested those. Never mind. All right. Put in your stocks. How many stocks, Ryan? Call off 8 stocks.
8 stocks. Put them in. The first one is going to be PVH.
Go ahead.
AU.
Yep.
Newsmax.
NMX. Yep.
AMZZ.
Okay.
COHR.
Coherent.
INOD.
Okay.
PLMR.
Okay.
RIVN.
Ooh, Rivian I didn't like. It wasn't in my video. I had other EV stocks in last night's video.
You said 8 stocks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I saw Rivian's deliveries were poopy. So I had other companies in my Tesla video last night. Rivian was not one. It was by design.
No, I got PLMR in.
Yeah, it's in there.
No, I was talking about the comment section. And Christopher Smith, on your comment here, Musk is going to have to deliver good on the robots and autonomous driving. If not, they are done.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I will say that if they don't deliver on these items, or if other companies pull the rug out from under Tesla.
Tesla will fall.
Tesla's going to struggle with the valuation right now.
Okay, I agree with that.
Because I did watch your video last night, and they are more than a car company. And they're priced more than just their car company
Which is why they're so freaking overvalued.
Exactly. And if they lose the upper hand or lose the market in general when it comes to these robots, autonomous driving, whatever it may be, some of their forward-thinking technologies, yeah, it's cooked, in my opinion. And I think that's probably going to play a bigger role than EV demand going forward. Because EV demand,
is slowing down.
They're only going to be able to create such a market cap for Tesla solely based off their EVs.
But when you talk about the EV market slowing down, every major car manufacturer now has an EV line. Every car manufacturer. So if sales of the desire to own EVs is slowing down, why is everybody getting into the market? That's my 2 cents on that. All right, let's go peep these out real quick, graph them. Wow, gold.
That's a beautiful looking chart.
Undervalued, rising value, earnings per share. They ain't making money, but how are they not making money? Or they're making money, it's just going down.
I want to see the bigger picture here. So yeah, a little bit of a pullback on EPS, but overall,
still
much higher.
Earnings per share is still $3.53.
Growth rate earnings on the rise. This I like. In today's market scenario, gold stocks, nice steady chart like this, nice forecasted data. This is the type of stock I would like to have in my portfolio right now.
And the software is saying that. Because they are stupid, they tighten up to your sell. What are you talking about? Gold industry ranking has gone from 7 to 32. That's true. But it's gone up so fast, John. But when we look at a lot, and because it's gone from 7 to 32, I'm going to tell you to be very picky about your gold plays.
Yeah, be picky.
I like it.
But I said this, 2 weeks ago on AMA. I'm more confident on a dip in gold than I am in a dip in a tech stock. Remember I said that was 2 weeks ago, I think it was?
I would play the dip in gold rather than play the dip in tech.
Yeah, so if I see a dip in gold, I'm going to stick to the chart. But I'm much more excited about buying a dip in gold than I am in tech right now.
There you go. All right. Polymer insurance. That's just, when the Saints come marching in, it's just marching higher. New high.
If you're a conservative investor and you want a nice steady rise, at least over the last few months, this is a stock chart right here. Insurance too, I'm not surprised.
Interesting that it's overvalued, but look at the rising earnings per share, rising earnings growth. The volume is okay, it could be better. New 3-month high, no wick at the top of the candle. I like that play. And I cannot lie. Inod, coming off a level of support right here.
And John, yeah, I see that with the tariff announcement. Yeah, obviously that's going to play a role with gold. See here, gold will also move depending on what the dollar does.
Well, if the dollar keeps going down, and right now it's taking a little dip, gold is going to keep going up.
I did a video on this before, but gold hasn't it's been bucking the trend of the dollar. Sometimes when the dollar strengthens, guess what? Gold has still been going up in the recent years. Yeah, it has.
I like Inode bouncing off support, like that. Look at the earnings per share, look at the growth. I like this play. What am I looking for? I got a level of resistance right here. I got a couple of levels of resistance here and here. Headwinds. Could it get back up to this level of the high? I think that it could, but I like the bounce. Nice level of support on the bounce, right at the low on the 3 months.
Troy says they got an NVIDIA contract.
Everything NVIDIA touches turns to gold, man. Gosh, dang it.
And if I had to guess, I bet some of that news came out before in that previous pump and price action there. So this might actually be a good dip to buy as far as their partnership with NVIDIA. But I draw a trend line on there, maybe 20-day EMA, wait for some confirmation.
RT is less than 1, but I'm playing the graph with the news and looking at the technicals, looking at the fundamentals. You're right, it is below 1. If you want to wait before, confirmation, wait for RT to get above 1, that's good. but I'm liking the news and the technicals and the fundamentals.
Oh, Troy says that news was about a week ago, and the stock it's down from where it was a week ago.
Well, maybe
I guess
maybe somebody woke up.
So is Nvidia too. So that's probably why. Maybe when Nvidia starts rallying, that might be a good stock to kind of
INOD
to play that momentum.
Keep that on your radar. Coming off support here on Coherent.
That's a strong level of support. You got several touches there.
Yep.
Making it fairly valued. The company was overvalued for quite some time, but you can see now it's actually becoming a good deal. So if you had some patience, if you've been thinking about this stock, might be getting close to kind of pulling that trigger, at least taking a nibble.
Watch this. You can barely see it, but that's a level of resistance.
Oh, right at that.
And what did the stock do today? Stop right there. Now it's sitting in the channel. It's still, from a long-term perspective,
go to
below
like
the
a
50-day.
one-year chart. I'm just curious.
Why do you always want to look at a one-year chart?
To get the bigger picture. Yeah, it's a clear rollover price action.
It's in the channel.
But look at that valuation. Finally, keep catching up to it.
And the fundamentals. Look at the earnings and the earnings growth. I would look. I like the move. It's got to get past this level of resistance. It's got to get past this level of resistance. And before I look at it long-term, it's got to get above the 50-day moving average.
Which puts it around just shy of $80.
All right. Next stock, PVH. It broke through the downtrend.
I mean,
over the last 2 days on good volume. Undervalued. Go ahead.
That's a hard one to analyze.
Guess what? It's getting longer term too. It's just crossing above the 50-day.
I just saw that. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice bullish candles. Even if it breaks above that, I mean, resistance isn't coming in until, what is this?
Okay, you can put a line there. It's already okay.
Was that $90?
I can't read that because Joey's got these lights.
89?
So I can't see.
I think it's 89. Right now it's around 77.
I am blaming you. You got these lights all in my face.
So that's about a 15-20% move to the upside before hitting a level of resistance. This might not be a bad trade to take,
I agree.
Actually.
I like that it broke through the downtrend. I'm not going to draw it, but you can clearly see there was a downtrend.
Maybe we need to look at it on a one-year chart just to double check.
Here, let's go look at this.
Oh no, that doesn't look good.
You wanted to look at it. It's been undervalued the whole time.
This is why you want to look at a one-year chart. Because no, at that rate, no, I don't.
All right, fine.
I mean, that's up to you. But I'm going to say no.
All right, fine. AMZZ. That's Amazon. Right at support. 2 big bars. Nice move up in volume. Still below the 50-day. Oh, this is an ETF too.
That's one thing I haven't really focused on much. I wonder how Amazon is going to navigate during these tariffs. Because they're the largest online retailer. I imagine a lot of their stuff is not made here in America.
Interesting. I did the largest retail brick and mortar, Walmart. Walmart sources 2/3 of their product in the United States.
Okay.
Amazon don't do that. So Amazon may be affected differently than Walmart would be, being the 2 biggest retailers, whether it be brick and mortar or online. It's going to be very interesting because that is interesting.
The only positive sign I have for Amazon is if these tariffs, whatever they may be, if they can cause prices to rise with their competitors like Shein and Temu. Because if it puts pressure on Shein and Temu, that might give Amazon some ammunition to thrive.
Could be. But I'm thinking that it will put pressure on those companies and hopefully push people more so to the U.S. buying.
No, yeah.
I think that's the overall the picture. Rivian.
Who made a bid on TikTok, Ross? Everyone's making a bid. I heard QVC is trying to partner with TikTok to revamp their...
Who cares?
Yeah, that's why I said the QVC network.
And I say that haphazardly. I think once we get past the whole China
Amazon for the TikTok, that would make perfect sense though, because TikTok is seen as like a retail social media. Amazon, big retail, which now they have a social media presence.
So you think that people on TikTok are going to go, oh, we hooked up with Amazon, we're going to go buy more Amazon?
No, I think it might just be all in the same store. What if your your TikTok store, your Amazon is all in the same. Because when you go to Amazon now, you ever notice there's videos of like influencers and commercial like people on
not
Amazon?
on my Amazon.
Not on my Amazon.
My Amazon ain't got that.
Well, now you can
My
do like
Amazon's got all
influencers.
DJ stuff on it anyway.
John says, I didn't think you knew what QVC even was. Yeah, John, when I was a youngster, they had QVC on the TV.
And my grandma would watch QVC for hours. She'd be like, baby, go get my purse. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, Grandma, what are you getting? Don't worry about what I'm getting.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen to TikTok, if anything, you know.
I'm so over TikTok. All right.
If the market decided to buy something from a foreign country supplier, it is because it is cheaper. Forcing companies to buy more expensive American goods will be passed on to buyer. Consumers right now go where products are cheap.
I agree with that.
I doom scroll on TikTok.
You said, Glenn, did you sell all NMAX sales? I don't own NMAX. I don't own NMAX on Newsmax. I don't own it. Oh, there's NMAX.
Well, good thing you didn't buy it.
I didn't.
And if you did buy it, hopefully you sold it.
Oof, that's
It went from what?
the high.
Because I've heard the story.
The high was 265.
Oh.
What? And what is it trading at? 61? Yeah, that's why you don't touch an IPO. Wow. That's just why you don't touch an IPO.
Well, that's not your typical IPO price action. It got swamped by retail traders.
A lot of IPOs give back a lot. How about what was the other one that came out?
It went from
85.
open $14 to $265.
What was CoreWeave?
Down to 61. No, not most IPOs do this stuff.
CRW.
I mean, yeah, they're volatile, but not that.
Let's go look at CoreWeave. I don't know how many days this is. Is that it? I don't know. Must be.
Amazon and App11 both made a bid.
All right, here we go. Where did it start off at? Open price 39. Ryan might be right. 39 is only at 54 right now, but it's going up. CoreWeave.
Not most IPOs go from what, $14 to $265 the next day, then crashes to 61. No, it was retail traders jumping in. It's kind of like I don't want to talk about, but the DJT. I think it's DJT. It's the same movement kind of thing. So just know, don't be getting into Newsweek because of the fundamental, or Newsmax because of the fundamentals, because that's not what's moving the stock.
3 months, 6 months. Man, DJT's been out. Oh, it's the wrong one.
No, it's a G. Well, in VectorVest, it's DJT. I think it's like a caret or something. Or no, that's was /.
Did it go up there? I'm not thinking that this is the first stock that's IPO that's crashed like that.
But it was pumped and then crashed. Meme stock, yeah, it's pretty much turned into a meme stock, Bill.
1 year.
That's
DJT's been out over a year?
Yeah, it's been out for a while now.
Okay, oh no. Wow.
You said, ooh, no, when it came.
Has it been out for like 3 years? No data. Let me zoom in right there.
Started 2021. Looks like October.
Where did it start out? It opened at 118.
And then went down to
52.
Yeah.
Before it leveled out. All right. We're done. There was a lot of talk.
A lot of talk.
Elon is on Doge till next June. So who said that he was out? I know he wasn't there for the full 4 years. Did Akshaya say that he was out? Somebody said he was out. I don't know. Listen, you guys are getting a lot of stuff, whether it's good news, bad news, or whatever. All I'm saying is that I know that Doge was not supposed to be in line, for 4 full years. All right, was not supposed to be in line for 4 full years.
Let's see how our portfolios are doing.
Ryan, will you guys be back at 4 when we never thought about that.
No. For the tariff thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing that today.
Well, we never thought about it.
Well, and then we can't do it because Joey's got to get the new computer worked on.
Oh, okay.
After this.
Look at you. Oh my gosh, your portfolio's down 5.7%, and you're still holding stocks.
Yeah, but I'm mostly in cash. Well, no, I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. Nice mover. Harmony Gold is up 25% for him.
No, Honeywell's up 2%.
You buying anything?
No, I'm good today.
All right. Let's go. Glenn, I own nothing. I'm only down 2.61%. Viewers, Glenn's picks. I'm going to be a little froggy. I'm going to take CoreWeave.
Feeling froggy.
I am going to take Tesla, but I'm going to go TSLL. I don't want to buy 281 stock. I want to take TSLL. Will you allow me to do that?
Sure.
All right. So I'm going to take TSLL, and I'm going to be a little aggressive on this play right here. I'm going to take CoreWeave. I'm going to add that to the portfolio. I'm not telling none of you out there to go buy it. 2025 AMA Glenn. I can't read that because he's got a camera in the way. I can't see that.
It's 2025. That's right one.
Buy, spend. I'm only going to take $5,000. Next. Open the port. So I did buy CoreWeave, but I am going to add a trade.
TLO.
Nope.
Oh.
TSLL. Let's turn this off for a second. I am going to add a trade, buy long, TSLL, get the price, get the now price, shares. I need a calculator. I'm going to put $5,000 into that too. Let me get my little calculator. Here's that productivity calculator. Clear.
It's about 500 shares.
I'm not listening to you right now.
About 450 shares.
Divided by 11, 21, 446.
What? How far was I? I said 450.
I'm not listening
you said
to you.
400. I was 4 shares off. See, that's pretty quick math.
That's why I brought out my calculator.
That's why I brought out my
446.
calculator. We would have been here all day. You try to calculate that in your head.
Click on apply. Click on OK. Yep. There we go. All right, so I picked up CoreWeave. Ryan allowed me to not have to buy Tesla. I'm going to buy TSLL. All right, that's done. Anything else we got to do?
No, I think that's it.
All right. I got to put this back on, put my stops back on, edit. What are my stops, by the way? Trailing 10. I got a trailing 10% on this portfolio of stocks. Okay. That's it. We're done.
I just want to make sure my stops are on. Yep.
Yep. You're just going down hard. You gave. I don't know why you gave yourself a 15%, especially in this market's condition. I would have tightened it a long time ago. That's my 2 cents, but that's why your portfolio is down 5.72%. I'm just saying, current market condition. I would have tightened stops, but you do you, boo boo.
Well, that math ain't right.
You put a lot of money in there. You did it. That was you. You did that. That wasn't me. You did that. Okay. And they're both down.
Yeah.
Yep. 326. You did it.
Yeah, that was last week. That's
yeah.
not right at all.
Yep. Just tell them what you're going to do, and then we'll go.
I'm going to trim those to appropriate shares to should be about 3,000 per holding, not 16,000.
It's your money. You do what you're going to do.
Fix those holdings. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, to about 3,000. Yeah, shouldn't be 16,000. Sign us out.
All right. With that, folks, thank you for being here today. We talked a lot about a lot. Get ready for the announcement at 4 o'clock today. No matter where you stand, all I'm going to tell you is there's going to be an initial reaction. It's going to happen tomorrow morning. Within the next couple of days, there will be a secondary reaction. That's where the smart money thinks they need to be, and that's what you need to pay attention to. Whether people act or overreact is out of our control. The tariffs are designed to do what they do. I still think that people are still trying to make last-minute deals with the country before the announcement comes out. All right? Liberation Day equals Liquidation Day, which equals Libation Day. I don't care what you want to put behind it. It's going to be a tricky day. I just need you guys to be focused on what you need to do to make money in the market. Ryan and I both feel the same way. I agree, right? So with that, folks, adios, arrivederci, ciao. Dang it. Adios, arrivederci, ciao.
Sayonara.
Sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Love my peeps in Hawaii. Remember, there's a lot of good people out in the world. If you can't find one,
Be one.
be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Till next time, folks. See ya.